women as a metaphor. I say your looks may make me walk in the room.
There you go.
But what you have on the inside will make me stay in the room.
That's it.
Facts. I agree.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
I
it.
agree.
There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You need to do something about it. Come on, unpack the trauma with it.
You to do that to you. So you can't make anybody see your worth or value.
That's true.
Anybody trying to prove that to somebody, if they don't see that within you, within themselves, how you are, you can't do anything else with that, you know. But going back, just what you're saying, I had to look at myself. So, okay, most of these relationships, what was the common number with me? What did they say across the board? What are the things I heard? Now, these people, they're all different backgrounds. So I have to look at what they said. So I had to change some things. I had to mature my thinking on certain things. You know, grew up in a two-parent household, but it's, you know, we can only teach someone what we know, right? So if I only know this, I can't teach you anything up here. I haven't learned it yet, right? And so I had to start doing research and study for myself, reading a lot of books. I didn't get therapy, but a lot of books. A lot of talking to people, trying to learn and say, okay, so you see things are not working. How can I do that better? So reading relationship books, I got a ton of them, you know, how to communicate better. Okay, this setting boundaries was a huge one. I said, wow, if I'd have did that, then I would never even stuck around in these relationships. Because one thing I know was consistent with me, I'm going to give 100%. If I'm in it, I will commit to it, then I'm going to give 100%. So if I'm not getting that back at the beginning, you know, if a person's not giving me 100, then let them go on somewhere else with that 30. I'm willing to give 100. Now, that 100 doesn't mean I'm perfect. I mean, I'm just going to give the 100% effort. What do we need to do to make it work between us? And when I'm not getting that back, so then I had to, so now I'm married now, but I got 100 back. I got that effort back. You know, without putting that in. And sometimes other people, you know,
that's good too.
I can look back at one relationship, you know, they just wasn't mature in their thinking. I was ahead of them, not just in years, but I had already had 10, 11-year relationship. So I'm way ahead of them. So they don't have the skills yet, but you have to be willing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be willing. Each person has to be willing to learn the skills that they don't have. It's okay.
Right.
I mean, just use something simple. It's okay if you don't know how to cook. Can you read?
Right.
Can you read? I've asked this question. People, I don't know how to cook. Can you read? And I love asking people with degrees those kind of questions. That you got a master's, and so you telling me you can't look up a recipe? You know what a half a cup is? A cup. You can read that, right? Then you can cook. The same effort you did the master's degree, then you can do this.
You can apply that, yes.
You can apply that. You have a master's degree. So I'm thinking about one particular couple when I was doing a radio show. Both of them masters and I mean, and big money, they making big money. And so I asked a question. I said, well, you got a master's. So how many relationship books? So you got married and you want that to go to the distance. You're only going to work to 70, maybe 70, right? I said, how many relationship books did you study during all that the time you doing your master's? This is what I asked. It was two of them. Oh, one didn't have a relationship book, okay, and the other one had one, but she said she never read it. That's what she told me. I said, so how do you plan on succeeding? Because their examples weren't there. So you wanted this job, you wanted to be a director and all this. I mean, we're talking about people in big positions, right? And you put all this effort in for something that you're going to do maybe the 7, but you won't put any for your marriage. You won't get no counseling. You won't do anything. So you don't want it to work? I just ask direct question. So when I run on this a lot, I recommend books a lot. I can't getting people to read a book. They give me all the relationship stuff, but they won't do any research or try to help themselves. And that I don't understand. Because me, I'm going to read all the time. I'm going to try.
Do they not see themselves at fault?
That's what I was going to say.
That's a good point.
Most people in this generation, when they're dating and they're talking about trying to figure things out, they just grasp things that confirm their bias.
Right.
Mhm.
Very good.
Everything viral is not valuable.
True.
So you'll see people post different things, and it's always confirming a bias that they have.
Right.
Mhm.
Because they were
All
rejected.
men are this, or all women are this.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, you rarely see people post about when they talk about, yeah, what do I need to do better? What are crickets?
Mm-hmm.
I post them, and,
Yeah.
I see which ones people like more.
Right.
It's always the one that's pointing.
Right.
The ones that go like this get very few likes.
Right.
Mhm.
Very true. Because it's in this time era, no accountability.
Right.
This is where we are now, no accountability. So you're not accountable for anything that happens.
Mhm.
But that's not how relationships work.
It's good. I mean, so I hope people watching learn this a lot. So if you see these two gentlemen is telling us, first you got to be healed. Got to see where was I wrong in it, or was I not wrong in it? Whatever I learned from it before I move forward. Just like you wouldn't retake a test before you go over this question again, right? To read the book. At least I wouldn't.
Right.
You
You
know,
failed once. So
yeah. Let me go study again before I
let me
sign
go
it again.
study this time.
Especially if I'm paying money for the test.
That's right.
Right. Let me make sure I got it right. Maybe I went too quick,
Mhm.
just to make sure you got it. So
Mhm.
you see the guys, they done the work before they sat aside to date again. So now, dating again. Brothers, how do you get started?
For me,
'Cause I don't know. I just say that if it didn't work out, me and my wife for 30 years, I don't know, it'd be hard. It'd be hard. But it's doable, but it'd be
Right.
hard.
Right.
So how do you help a man that's been divorced, man, but I'm still young enough to get married. I got needs. I know I want to be the one, but I don't know if I want to say I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody want commitment.
Right.
and there's a lot of people in our generation now, they don't want to be married,
I was just about to say that.
either because they've been divorced
Mhm.
or they seen it.
Seeing
they
their
just,
parents or whatever. Yeah.
that's where we're at now.
Right.
I mean, these are friends of mine where I'm like, whoa, what? I'm not gonna do it again.
Don't matter.
Yeah. Some men tell me that I was crazy for doing it again. Man, you going what? Man, I thought you I ain't gonna never do that bleep again. That's what they actually told me. I said, yeah. I said, no, I'm a marrying man. I said, I have to be more intentional. I said, I'm learning from my experiences, the things that I felt like we didn't talk about. Kind of taboo, reserved. No, we need to talk about everything, every major thing we need to talk about. So I have books to help guide, because it's not just having that physical attraction, right? And so now, even for my age group now, they're out there dating with the younger women. The 50s, they're dating with the 40s and the 50s after the same men. It's hilarious to a certain degree and sad. I had to be intentional in what I asked and what I needed. So I had bought one book, and at the back of it, it talked about different categories. And I said, okay, that helped out a lot. So it's not, we know the physical attraction. We both attract each other. That's nothing. We know that can just flash in the pan, something happen. But being socially compatible, basically meaning what are the things we like to do, right? So if you like to hang out in the club, I don't do that. That ain't gonna work. Because what? You're going to first think, oh, you trying to stop me and tell me what to do. So that's not going to work. And you're going to try to drag me in somewhere. I don't care about that environment. Or let's take it out of that type of situation. One woman said, hey, he just loved NASCAR. He watching cars go around the track. She said, I can't do that. So that's not a good, socially, they're not going to make the type of things you like to do.
He just like,
That's what he liked doing.
Okay.
So, and she thought it was dumb, so that's not going to mix.
Right.
So being socially
especially if she thought it
compatible.
was dumb.
Yes.
Okay.
Being social. So that brings up a thing for men and women both. And I think women might do this more than men. Don't go to sporting events looking for a man and you don't like the sports.
Right.
Because that's cheating him. He think he found a mate. Oh man, she like basketball too. That's right. He's thinking like, okay, this is a good fit, right? We're gonna be hanging out the games together. And you don't care. You only went there because you knew men were there.
I've been on dates.
That's crazy.
Oh yes, they do it.
They do that?
Yes.
I've been on dates where, oh yeah, I'm a Laker fan. All right, cool. We about to go watch the playoffs. I can't watch the game because you're talking so much. So I know you're not into the game. There's going to be
Exactly.
some kind of conversation, but you're really not into this game.
No.
So I done missed the whole game.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Because they know men are there.
That's crazy.
So they'll go there.
So
but
it's
they're not
totally, the
interested.
relationship start off with manipulation.
There you go. It's manipulation. Exactly. So I recommend people, when you're dating, this is what I do. Just go do what you enjoy doing,
yes.
and you'll meet somebody there that's doing it, hopefully. And like you said, after you'll know if they're genuine or not. But do what you enjoy doing. And don't go trying to look in those kind of places. Just go do what you do, and you run into somebody who works. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's how I found my wife now. We both love the movies.
Mhm.
That's why we met. Doing what we enjoy doing.
Right.
She pulled out a bike. So were you coming back riding for somewhere? She said, yeah. I went, oh, I love riding bikes too.
Mhm.
We just did the same things separately.
Social compatibility.
So
I like
social
that.
compatibility is one.
So dating out first, heal first.
Heal
Absolutely.
first.
Whatever the time it is, heal first.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know you're not healed. I think I'll say if you on a date you start talking about the other person,
Mhm.
still mad, still bitter, and bringing up the whole conversation. You're not still not comfortable with intimacy,
Right.
you know, or closeness.
If you can't see one thing you could have did better,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a red flag for me.
It is.
Okay. Oh,
If you broke up or whatever, and we talk about your past relationships, if you can't see anything that you could have done better,
Right.
yeah, you just perfect. Okay,
Right.
ain't work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not going to work.
All right,
No.
And then you say if you find somebody you socially compatible to.
Okay. So you got
So,
mutual
okay.
attraction and you
I'm
social.
going with y'all telling me.
Yeah.
I'm getting y'all
So
rules,
you got
okay?
the social compatibility.
What about attraction?
Huh?
Is that
Well,
what's supposed to
I
come first?
believe, especially now, I know things are changing in the mindset for women because of what they're
Well,
being
we talking about man.
conditioned.
You got it.
Right.
Mhm.
You, as me, yeah, I need to have some type of physical attraction to you, but I know that's not just the main thing anymore. You know, like you're younger, you think that's all it.
Right.
That don't matter if
Right.
I don't see other key things. And people like, what?
So you can overlook. Say they got y'all ride bikes together and go to movies. You can overlook looks. That somebody
It has to be a
attracted?
certain level.
Okay.
So-
Explain that.
Like
We keep-
I'm
we keep- we
fine.
keep
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I like to keep 100. I'm fine with an average looking woman if all the other things are
Okay. What's that? What's that? What's
Because
that?
he's grading on a curve,
right.
as they would say.
Right.
Okay. Say what that mean.
So like,
go ahead.
okay,
That's good, that's
if
good,
you
that's
got
good.
if you got the whole 10, all right, she got this part of the pie is looks,
Mm-hmm.
and you divide that whole 10 up,
Right.
So that's what you mean,
Right.
She don't.
If these other things working out, we can't base it.
Okay. How about this? How
Go ahead.
important is attraction for you?
I'll-
On the
this is
pie.
my- this is my-
on the pie.
Right. So this is my statement to women when I date, when they ask about what's your type of this and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because I don't have a specific type. People, it's funny because they get frustrated or like they
Right.
try to figure me out.
Mhm.
So none of the women you date have none that don't look alike.
No, I like all 31 flavors.
So what? There's something about you attracted about them. What is it about them that you
Now
attracted?
so visually I do like certain things.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, I like someone
Come on.
who's in shape, who keeps their
Here we
body
go. Here we
together. You know what I
Here we
mean?
go.
Somebody who dressed nice.
Okay.
Like pretty
Okay.
eyes.
So
yeah.
he like all flavors, but he likes a fit flavor,
Yes.
sexy eyes flavor.
Yes.
What else you
yes.
said?
What
What else you say?
Yeah, I like hair. Like,
You like
keep
some
your hair
hair?
nice. Keep your hair nice.
So
yeah.
so the fade is not gonna work for you.
No.
Okay,
If your
okay.
hair is shorter than mine, it's not.
Okay,
gonna work.
now, okay, and that's you. So
That's
guys,
right.
This is what you
Yeah,
like.
this is right.
Because I'm gonna be like, oh my God, you just left the heart. No.
Right.
Well,
Just
we want-
like you don't want no short guy. You just say, I can
Yeah.
go down the list that women
Yeah,
say
yeah.
all the time.
So I heard a guy say that. He's like, no, if I have a right to choose what I like,
That's right.
you gotta choose.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
all right. Because I'm be like, just love them because they gonna treat you good.
Mm,
How often do that work for people?
yeah.
Okay, so back to this. Okay, so
This is the statement that I tell people.
attraction then. How big is that on there for your pie? And I want you to break down your attraction.
For sure. So I say this to women as a metaphor. I say, your looks may make me walk in the room,
There you go.
but what you have on the inside will make me stay in the room.
That's it.
Facts. I agree.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
I
it.
agree. Uh-huh.
That's it.
Mhm.
So attraction is just what it's called.
Yes.
Attraction.
Nice, open
So-
the door.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Certain things.
'Cause
So
guys are visuals.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Okay,
Right.
so then on the pie, how important is attraction to you?
That's a good
'Cause-
question to
'cause
see
I've heard a lot of
percentage
guys.
wise, right?
I heard a lot of married guys say, "Oh my God, let's just come to the room with the scarf on, no lingerie."
See, that's another show.
Mhm.
We can talk about that.
the
That's
point
the
I'm
good
making,
stuff.
though,
That is
the
that's
point-
that's
the-
real
But
important.
the point I'm making though, attraction is big.
Yes.
So, because they can have that, then they stop doing the attraction part. Like, then you lose interest. So we got to be honest. I'm attracted to you because of this.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to keep that up.
Right.
Yeah.
The attraction. And so I've had this conversation
attraction.
with the woman. Said, well, and she said the same thing. Well, it should be, like what's on the inside. I said, no, wait a minute. They were talking about, well, this is my wife now. So there was a conversation because she was upset at some of the men that was coming at her because the way they were coming at her.
Okay.
I said, okay. I said, now, they shouldn't say things out of way of disrespectful
No, you
to
shouldn't do
women. So they already need some training.
Right.
They
Yeah.
do. They need some training. That's not how you come at a woman that you're interested in, no matter what she looked like.
Mhm.
So her shape or whatever. I said, but sweetie, we're men. Your visual, I said, it's to get their attention. I said, so that got their attention. No man is gonna jump off loving a woman. They
Right.
they gonna love the way she looked, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but no one's, so you can't be mad at that. So however you build to whatever, that's what that attracted the guy. So okay, he get closer, he's interested.
Yes.
I said, there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong with that.
I said, when you go shopping for clothes, jewelry, everything, what? You love the bling.
Mm-hmm.
That got your attention.
Right.
I said, so you're female, so certain things, depending on the man, it's going to get their attention. So for me, being well-groomed, so I've learned my style is, just, it is what it is that I like about women. So I love dresses. I love romantic style dresses too, little flare bottom sleeves. I can do that all day long. So one of my relationships, and I was married to this woman, when I purchased things for her, things that I like, I'm not trying to change the whole wardrobe, but if we're going out,
Yeah.
I like to look a certain way. I like my woman to look a certain way with me.
Mm-hmm.
They were offended and thought that I was trying to change them.
Were you dating them? Did they have that look that you like?
No,
So how was you?
no.
So
See,
you
'cause I
attracted
never ruled anybody out because of that. I always looked, I won't say, Lord, I'm not trying to compare, but I look like what I can do. I said, okay, your style but that's cool. I'm not trying to change everything you do. But when we go out, I start asking that question, will you be offended if I buy your dress?
Mm-hmm.
I asked that question because
So
somebody got offended. Some did not.
did you learn something from that?
Well,
Like, to be honest with you, want from the beginning?
Right. That people are who they are.
I do get that. But that means it's, how narrow that window will go for me?
Yes, that's important.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about narrow in this day and time.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, but no, I can't put that. I hear what you're saying.
Let me tell you why I think it's,
Go ahead, but I know that would never work.
It's important. You can debunk it. So I was top sales in real estate.
Okay.
For listing or buying. So a person want to buy a home. Some people like, oh, they just show them like a bunch of homes. They just want to keep busy. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I sat down with you first. Tell me, what do you like? It could be as simple as that I like a window in the kitchen facing the east.
Okay.
I like rooms over here. You're right. Somebody like, I can't found that. That's sitting on the market. It may go weeks. But when it popped up,
Okay.
and I showed her, this is it.
Right.
I gave them and closing all the time.
Okay.
Now, sometimes you get in there, you show them, I can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to break this out of here, and I got to do this here. How many people get underfunded after a while? They never have. I never got. It just never came. I want. So
Right.
you settle.
Right.
And so the
True.
same way you go in a relationship, like, and some women do men like, I figure I can change it.
Yes. They
I
do it
thought
a
you
lot.
liked me. No, well, I figured you could probably lose a little weight. I thought you maybe cut the
Right.
guy like this for me, do the fade. I saw potential. That don't work.
Right.
And yeah, it does take a while to find that right one. But when you find them, you're honest with them and you're honest with yourself.
Right.
I would go back to a story my mom told when I was first buying my car on my own. She said, get the car what you want.
True.
If you don't,
You still make a payment.
you're not, well, no, she said, you're not going to be happy. Eventually, you're going to want another one.
Mm-hmm.
And she right, get the car you want. Because I could have got a newer car, but and better payments, but it wasn't I want. I knew eventually I'd be like, because I wanted miles are accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited and I saved the money for a whole year.
Right.
And I got the car I wanted. And I kept that car.
Right.
Forever.
I agree with that.
So the same way with dating.
But let me ask y'all a question then. So I get what you're
Because she
saying.
can feel like, dang, you like
Trust
me.
me.
You like when I had the little afro and the bell
But
bottoms.
this is the stuff like we talked about. Now I'm married now, so I'm gonna do my tests. How are you? Because I'm just giving you a gift.
Okay.
So if the reaction with the gift didn't go well, then I would have been done. Because I know.
So when you dating, you gave them a gift.
Yes,
And they liked that.
Clothes.
They liked it.
Yes,
And they wore it.
yes.
Okay.
If they did not, then I know we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not trying to change your whole style, but when I go out, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I like a certain look. If I'm going
with you
to
on that. Y'all like
if I'm going to Catalina Jazz Club, there's a plug for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm. It's a certain way I'm rolling,
I feel that too. Yeah,
Right?
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I need to know:
Give me looking like a
are
hot
you
mess.
happy to roll with me like that? Now I can give you an example where that didn't work out. I believe I shared this before. It was Valentine's Day, and we were doing the show Lovescapes, and met the woman at we did the karaoke night thing.
Okay.
So Valentine's Day, saying, you know what? I asked her out for Valentine's Day. I asked her to wear a red dress. Now, mind you, I saw her in a nice red dress months earlier, posted for everybody to see. So I didn't say wear that one, but I just said, hey, I would like you to wear a red dress. Now, I invited you out to Valentine's Day.
And she agreed to wear it.
Oh, no. I invited you out to Valentine's Day. So your expectations, like most women, I'm paying for everything, right? So I was already I'm paying for dinner, right? I'm going to get a little chocolates, flowers. I'm going to do, it's Valentine's Day. I'm going to have fun with it. Got an attitude. Oh, well, I got to wear a red dress.
Oh.
I said, oh, in my mind, I said, you don't.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay. So I end the conversation, and I waited about 3 days later, and I called her and said, hey, plans have changed. And that's what I did. So I'm not taking you nowhere. You just told me what I need to know. You didn't even want to. I'm paying. I invited you. So you're going to sit at home by yourself because that's what they did. Or go to a stupid Cupid party because you're mad because nobody invited you out, because that's what they do too, some of them. So I learned right there, you're not pliable. I'm paying money to take you out and dinner and pick you up and all this nice stuff. And you didn't want to just do a little bit for me. Remember we talking about the boundaries?
Right.
I'm like, oh, no, thank you. Done.
Did she have attitude when she said that?
About the dress?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Okay, yeah, did.
Yes, she did.
I wonder because she could have said like, "Why you want to wear a dress?"
Oh, and I would have told her.
Oh, because you look good. Okay, but no, she had okay, I got
right.
it.
Oh no, she had an attitude.
Okay, I got it.
Like, why I got to do that? And you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was my thinking. No, you don't. So, but in case like my wife, buy something nice, very appreciative, like wore it right away. Oh, okay, all right. Slide a little something else, gift in, just thinking about you. Oh, like that too. Okay. So then I think I started out with a blouse. Little something small. I ain't gonna spend fortune money to find out, because you're treating me nice. I don't mind doing something nice for you.
The gifts was a way to see if she would like to dress how you like people to look.
Exactly. And so she had some things. So when she starts seeing me when we go out, she saw my style. So then she started changing to outfits that she had, because I get it. Especially for women, if they're not dating, some of them, they just like, especially if they figure that I'm not going to be doing nothing. They don't keep doing the things they might have did when they were younger or when they were out. Some. And so after that, she saw how I rode, so she stepped accordingly. I had a time after the initial, I was divorced at the time, the first time, and I was working, and I was driving my truck, and I saw this young woman exercising, walking, and I remember she had a T-shirt on and some like cut up jeans or whatever. She was just sweating, working out. And I just blew my horn. I thought she was cute. So she smiled. She was approachable. So I had this big truck with gasoline and all this stuff on it. I found the street, did a U-turn, and came back and pulled up. And we had a conversation. And I asked her out. So she was 10 years younger than me. I went, okay. Ooh. I'm thinking I got kids, right? And I'm like, ooh, maturity level. I'm thinking all this stuff. And I said, but I would like to go out. Never went on any dates. I'm just now in this dating arena. So let me try this out as an adult male, to see how this goes. So I invited her out to the movies. We go to the mall, but she comes out. Are you all familiar with Sailor Moon? It's a like anime character. If you look it up, then you're like, oh my goodness. She pretty much had a Sailor Moon outfit. And I looked at her and I went, in my mind, oh my goodness. And I've already invited you out to public. Like, okay. So we go. I'm walking fast. I remember.
Describe it. Was it like see through? What we looking
Oh
at?
no, it's good. Anime character. I mean, it was almost identical.
Like a
Little short
cartoon
ruffle skirt. Yeah, if you got your phone, you can look up Sailor Moon. You'll see what the outfit looked like. I'm not exaggerating.
I'm about to look.
I am not exaggerating. Sailor Moon. Look up Sailor Moon. If you're listening, look up Sailor Moon. You might already know.
Sailor Moon. All right.
Yeah, style. Yeah.
And so
Oh Lord, no.
Yes.
She didn't come out like that.
I am not exaggerating. The outfit was like that. I looked and I said Sailor Moon. I didn't even watch it, but I knew who it was. So we went to the mall. I was walking fast. I didn't want her walking next to me.
Well, you was embarrassed?
I was embarrassed because in my mind, because she's 10 years younger, and I'm like, man, they're gonna look at me like I'm a child molester. That's exactly the thought that came to my head, right? But she was cool people. I really liked her personality. So, you know, she was just growing up still, right? She's 18. I'm 28. So